Episode 2038 of the #1 podcast and Apple Podcast for job search. You are listening to No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the host of this show, as I have been for more than 10 years now. Now, this show's the last one before I go on break. I'll be back the first Monday in January, which I believe is the 4th. And today's show, well, it's about asking for recommendations because, frankly, it makes a difference to people. I'll just simply say I hope you find this show helpful. There's a lot more as you go back into my past shows. Now, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, they display 301 episodes. If you go to anchor.fm, I've got 2 feeds there. One is for No BS Job Search Advice Radio, and the other one's for the original No BS Job Search Advice Radio, which has the first, I believe, 1,500 episodes there. So between the two, there's a lot of material that you can go through during the holidays to help you with your search while I'm taking a little bit of a break. And with that, I'll be back in just one moment after a word from our sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by Fiverr.com. That's the word 5 with 2 R's after it.com. Fiverr is a site for freelance work. You can hire freelancers to do a variety of things for you. You can be a freelancer on it as well and experiment with the site to see whether what you want to be doing professionally outside of the rat race, outside of your full-time job, is viable. It's basically a site where they'll do the billing and collection for you and pay you once they've received the money. In addition, if you want to hire people like I do for book editing, transcriptions and such, very inexpensive, and I've had very good work for me. So again, it's Fiverr.com. You can use the link in the show notes. Frankly, you'll get a good deal from it if you do that. Now, let's get going. One of my subscribers asked the following question. Again, excuse me if I break eye contact for a moment to read it off my screen. Ready? He had watched one of my videos, the easy way to use LinkedIn to show you're qualified. He liked the video and then went on to ask, any advice on asking for recommendations from others? Now, overtly, this is a real easy question. You ask. Just like your question said, you ask for recommendations from others. Now that translates into people that you know, people who you've had some experience with. Just ask them. Now, that's the obvious way, but here's the subtle way that's going to draw in a lot more. And I'll speak from my own experience. For those of you who follow me, you can see I put out a lot of good information in my posts on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter. It's all designed to help people find work, help companies hire. There's just a lot of stuff that I do online to provide information to people. Folks like it. They start to pick up on me and they start asking for connection requests. They get more. And the result winds up being they like me and they trust me. Now, to be clear, as you can tell, this is not a one-time strategy. This is not just doing something tomorrow afternoon and getting immediate results. This is a long-term strategy. And that's the way you really have to think about social proof. Social proof is the ability of individuals to provide testimonial or commentary about another individual that demonstrates to others that this person or what they're doing is of value. And that's what you really need to start doing today, because you've got a career ahead of you. You have a life ahead of you. You want to start building up those credits today, tomorrow, every day for the rest of your life that demonstrates to others that you have a value beyond the average individual. Now, I don't expect anyone to put as much effort in as I do. It's just my nature. I just do a lot of this stuff. It helps folks. It helps get me known, but it's really about helping folks. But for you, if you did it twice a week, if you found some articles that you link to on your LinkedIn profile or on Facebook or on Twitter, if there's stuff that every once in a while that you wrote in LinkedIn groups or Google groups or Yahoo groups that got you noticed, where you invited people to connect with you on LinkedIn as part of your signature at the very end, then lo and behold, you start building up credits in people's minds that allows them to feel comfortable about recommending you. Again, this is not a strategy that's going to get you instant recognition. This is about a strategy that's going to have value for you over the course of your entire career. That's what you want to be developing. You don't want to be just looking at the one-time thing now, because everyone's going to recognize it as bogus. But when you start looking at it from the long term over the course of a career, I'll give you an example for myself. I have as of today, over 10,000 LinkedIn connections, of which maybe I asked for 500. I was an early LinkedIn subscriber, but most of the connections have come to me rather than me reaching out to them. On Facebook, I have just under 1,000 people following me there. Some are friends, but most of them are people I met professionally. Same on Twitter. People follow me because they're interested in what I'm doing. On YouTube, my videos there, by the way, The Big Game Hunter TV on YouTube, helps people and attracts people to me. You can be doing the same kind of stuff. Reach out to people, share with them, write in the LinkedIn groups that relate to your expertise. Help people. Let them see that you're brilliant and magnificent. And suddenly all the attention will come to you. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few more ways to get information and advice from me. First of all, visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. Go to the blog. There's a lot there to help you. In addition, if you need interview advice, I've created a course called the Ultimate Job Interview Framework, available as a video on udemy.com. That's udemy.com, or available as a paperback or for Kindle on Amazon, and will help you stand out in a great way on your interviews. Also, if you're interested in my coaching you, there's a button on the site that says schedule. Schedule time for a free discovery call or schedule yourself in for coaching. I will love to help you. I'm able to help with regard to interview preparation, leadership coaching, salary negotiation advice, making a good decision between different offers, anything related to improving yourself in the workplace. If you have questions for me, you can schedule 15 minutes with me at thebiggamehunter.us/live, or an even less expensive way is at thebiggamehunter.us/video answers, where you can leave a message for me and I'll respond with a 3 to 5 minute video. Please financially support the podcast by clicking the button below and pledging whatever you'd like. I really appreciate it. Finally, watch me on TV. Download the Job Search TV app for fireTV, firestick, or Roku, or bingenetworks.tv for Apple TV and 90-plus smart TV platforms. I'll be back tomorrow with more. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Be great!